Ben, could you step up?
Like
Step up?
Yeah, just come on a little
come
up.
forward?
Yeah.
That's what my mom
No, I
says.
mean like get up out of the frame.
Oh.
Like
yeah.
stand up, yeah.
Yeah, much better. Yeah, it looks great now. All right. Ben.
Hi, hello.
How's it going? Benterprise here.
Yeah, hello, this is Ben, obviously the fearless leader of our company, and I'm Casey. Hi. So we decided to do a question and answer video because our clients have questions.
You sure do.
Whoa, my goodness. Any questions that you had for us about training or walking or what products we use, pretty much anything that was on your mind. Or if you want to know anything about us, that's cool too.
So we do get asked this a lot, and it is funny because we do live between the two largest parks in the city. We like to save park time though for hour-long walks.
Yeah.
It is harder to make it to both parks or one of the parks when we only kind of have a half an hour to do it.
Between Central Park and Riverside, that's usually the two parks that we go between. And sometimes we kind of take different routes through the city so the dogs aren't bored with the same view every single time.
As well as us.
Yeah, as well as us.
We need some stimulation
Some stimulation.
as well. Yeah.
So this is kind of a difficult question because we kind of need more information on like the dog, like the age of the dog. Does the dog have any physical problems also? So the best thing to try to trim that off or to stop the howling is when you come in, or really when anybody comes into your building, don't greet your dog immediately. He's gonna jump at you, he's gonna bark, he's gonna try to get your attention. You have to completely ignore him, don't look at him, don't listen to him. Just go about your day until they've settled down. And then sometimes it can take up to a half hour, but once they've settled down, then say hi, hello in like a calming manner, right?
Yeah. Same with when you're leaving.
Yes, when you're leaving also, do not go to your dog and say, bye, I'm leaving. Like, that's gonna set them off immediately because they're gonna go, oh, he's leaving. So give them like a Kong toy. Usually we recommend you can put like peanut butter.
Yeah, keep them occupied for
Yeah.
a little distracting. I personally would recommend it.
Yeah.
The close proximity of how many dogs your dog's going to be interacting with in the city, it is a little more risky to have an unneutered dog walking around. They can be more aggressive to your dog. It can increase the amount of chance of a fight happening.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to a dog run.
Yeah.
And once that happens, it's never a fun situation.
Yeah. And there could also be female dogs out there that aren't spayed because they're too young to be spayed. So if, for whatever reason, if they go into heat early and you're not expecting it before she gets spayed, your unneutered male dog is gonna go after her like a jet. And then you're gonna have some puppies on your hand. Definitely spay and neuter your dogs.
Yeah, so that's one of the toughest things that we deal with. It helps to take a step back and understand that to dogs, time is kind of arbitrary.
They have like a general inkling of like,
Yeah.
hey, maybe it's time to go out, but they're not set on an exact time.
You know, a half an hour to us is a much different thing than a half an hour to a dog. It's also impossible for us to get two dogs at exactly the same time.
Yeah.
So, you know, if two people want a walk at 12 o'clock, what we usually say is, okay, well, we're going to get one at 11:45 or 11:30, and then we'll get to the next one by 12:15.
Yeah.
It's just we can't be in two places at once.
Also, when you take into consideration, a normal schedule for us is like 15 walks in a day. So, like, that's a normal day for us, and we have to do that between the hours of like 10 and let's say 4:30. So if you kind of do the math, that's a lot of dogs that we need to cover. And we end up walking about like 10 miles a day,
Yeah.
trying to get to everybody on time. We do our best to get as close as we possibly can to the time that you want, but ultimately, usually we need like about a half-hour window.
Yeah,
So-
and the weather plays a factor.
Yes,
if it
for
snows
sure.
or if it's raining.
And our schedule's different every day.
Yeah.
So people cancel, people do a last-minute walk, and that's fine. There's no problem with that. It's just we have to readjust all our times.
And I'm sure, you know, all of our clients appreciate flexibility when they need it, so it
yeah.
has to go both ways. And if everyone was at an exact set time, we wouldn't be able to do any of that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, there have been times where it's 95 degrees outside, but it feels like 102. and I'm out there like in a crop top and short shorts, like constantly pouring cold water on my arms, eating a frozen smoothie, trying to keep cool.
And we take spray bottles a lot of times, and we spray the dogs down, spray ourselves down.
Yeah.
So dogs, there's nothing they can really do about heat.
Yeah.
Once it's a certain temperature, they have all that hair and all that fur. They can only be out for a certain amount of time, and in the summer, you gotta keep them cool as best you can. Yeah, so we do get, every dog gets the occasional diarrhea or loose stool, whatever you want to call it, and we do have a lot of questions on what do we recommend for reducing soft stool in your dog. But the go-to thing that most people automatically assume is chicken and rice. Rice kind of plugs everyone up. Humans too, and the one unknown that no one really knows about is canned pumpkin.
Canned pumpkin.
So if you happen to have canned pumpkin laying around, or you can go get some, and you mix it with your dog's food, that should clear it up within a day or two.
Right. We're not veterinarians. We're not medically trained.
Yes.
We just are basing this off of our experience.
We've seen a lot of poop.
Yeah, we can't diagnose anything medical or anything like that. We're just, from our experience, this is what works best. Yes. Also, I have had some dogs where I find out they have a grain allergy. That's what happened with my cat. My cat would have like diarrhea and he would throw up like 2 or 3 times a week. And so I slowly switched him to a grain-free food. It took about a period of like maybe 2 or 3 weeks until he was back to normal. And then all those problems went away. So
right, it could always be the food that you're feeding.
Yeah, so I would check the labels of your food, check with your dog walker, see if they have any recommendations, and then if you are switching their brand of food, do it slowly.
Yes.
Do not do it immediately because that's going to make things way worse.
Yeah.
So the analogy I like to use with clients is imagine since you were a baby, you've grown up vegetarian, and then all of a sudden as an adult someone gives you a burger to eat and you eat it. Your body's not going to know what to do with meat because you've never had meat your entire life. It's the same thing with dogs when you're switching them to a different brand of food. Honestly, if you really want to bathe your dog, I would say once they're dirty coming in from outside, if their paws are like filthy, then definitely give them a bath. Otherwise, I would say like mostly once a month.
Yeah.
I mean, dogs have oils in their coats. I mean, their ancestors, wolves, they don't really bathe that much except for like maybe each other. So they need that oil to keep their coat nice and clean, to get out any kind of dust. So I would say like once a month.
Yeah, I wouldn't say too often.
Yeah, not too often. You don't want to dry out their skin and like cause a rash.
It's a really sensitive job in that we're entering everyone's homes, and they don't really even know us, which is unique really to dog walking. We're there when they're not home.
Yeah, sometimes they're home.
Sometimes
but
they're
most
home.
times,
Yeah,
95% of the time they're not.
Yeah, and if your building doesn't have a doorman, then that is a unique situation where we need access to your home, and you really just have to trust us and give us your key.
Yeah.
And over the course of the years...
Yeah, boy. Oh, there's a third one.
There's a third one.
There's 3.
This just represents a small fraction of our overall keys.
Yeah. They're all labeled. We got all the
Every
labels.
key is a unique dog, and we have access to hundreds of homes on the Upper West Side. It's important you're choosing the right dog walking service that has a reputation, that can provide you with a comfort level that almost no other service you're dealing with in your life has to do.
Because you don't want just like any old stranger coming into your house.
Yeah, and dealing with your dog.
Yeah, and especially if it's like a corporate company that has a different person every single time. You definitely want someone that you're familiar with, that your dog is comfortable with. If you feel skeevy about a certain dog walker, like definitely follow your gut and don't.
Yeah.
Go with someone that you feel like they know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about, they have the experience. That's it for our questions today. I've got this. Ow! Hey, no bites. No bites. Thank you. Thanks for sending us questions. If you have more questions, comment below, subscribe, etc. Follow our Facebook and our Instagram, which I'll also link below in the description. Anything else you want to add?
We look forward to helping out the rest of the Upper West Side with their dog care and anything anyone needs.
Interact with us. Check us out. Hire us.
We're always around.
We like dogs.
Right, Harry? You're going to be our mascot.
Yeah, new mascot. Okay, thanks. Bye.